Hi friends, it's Linda. I am back with another journal, and this will be added to my Etsy shop, Joyful Makes and Finds. It is a Raggedy Ann themed journal made from a little golden book. And Raggedy Ann has always been a favorite of mine, and so I have had a couple of Raggedy Ann books in my collection and have just always wanted to make a journal. So here it is. It is a 2 signature 60-page journal. It has a hidden new spine that I created. The cover is, the spine is covered with some vintage embroidery, and I call myself a little golden book purist, so I typically don't alter the fronts very much. I did add also some tatted trim to the edge of this here because I thought it just looked oh so cute. The back I also left as it is, but you could certainly cover it if you prefer. But oh, Raggedy Ann is also on the cover on the back of this one. I don't know if she is on all of them, but she is in this one. Okay, so let's have a look. It is bound with, or rather closes with some vintage lace on eyelets. And let's get ourselves in frame here. So this is a pocket that I created using some sewn paper. It was hand-painted paper mixed with scrapbook papers and sewn together. It was part of a class that my sister and I and a couple of friends took. I think the name of the class was Sewn, and it involved a lot of sewing with paper and painting. So this is actually a sheet of handmade paper that my sister made and gave to me just recently, and I thought it just was a beautiful match color-wise for this journal. And in the front pocket is a letter from me and a little hand-embellished envelope and a library card. I have taken to adding a little charm that says Handmade with Love to the very front pocket with a little bit of fabric. I've used, for the papers, I've used some scrapbook paper from my stash. This is some vintage gift wrap that I've had in my collection for quite a long time, so I was very excited to use that as well. This is a handmade journal card with just a whole lot of Raggedy Ann faces. And here's a little Raggedy Ann tag, Raggedy Ann and Andy. This is from a digital. I used one digital for this book, and I will credit that in the description box. This is some little vintage, both are vintage fabrics that I made into just an extra little pocket there. This is more of that beautiful handmade paper that my sister created. And the name of this book is Raggedy Ann and the Cookie Snatcher. And actually cookies are another one of my favorite things. I like Raggedy Ann and I like cookies. So the entire book is in here. The entire golden book in order, and the pages are not cut. So they are there in their entirety. This is some scrapbook paper and some of my own coffee dyed paper. Here is another little tag. It says all you need is love. It's a little altered index card that I made into a tag with a little fabric topper. And this is, oh, I'm sorry, I used 2 digitals. This is the other digital. There are some Raggedy Ann and Andy themed papers in here that are from a digital. And then the tags. This is some of my own beet dyed paper that I dyed using red beets. Some avocado dyed paper. Here's a little paper bag with a cute little Raggedy Ann on it, and inside is a collection of some Raggedy Ann ephemera pieces. A copy of a page from an old catalog that had a lot of fun Raggedy Ann items. I would have wanted everything in the pictures when I was in grade school. And a little copy of a Raggedy Ann salad from an old, I think it's from an old, like Betty Crocker cookbook or something. It's a little bit of vintage fabric and a little paper flower. Here she's putting the cookies in the oven. Here's some cupcake paper. This is a multi-pocket. There's a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket, a two-pocket on the side. And I made this little doily booklet, and I actually sewed it with a pamphlet stitch. And it tucks in this front pocket here, or wherever you want to keep it. And here's a little tag that I put a little sari silk topper on. This is some tickets. This is a Kiddie Park ticket from 1958. And I left this pocket loose on this side because I wanted you to be able to have use of this entire pocket above it all the way across. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it could be glued down if you prefer, but then it just limits how wide the things that are in the pockets can be, so I left them that way. Here's a couple more of those tags from the digital, and they are absolutely as cute as can be. These little tags. And then up here is another little tag that can be journaled on. Okay. Let me make sure I'm centered here. This is some old scrapbook paper. This is from the digital, and this is some coffee dyed paper in the center of this first signature. And I've got some pretty beads that I thought were just a lovely, see the best way to show these to you. I'm going to try to get you close. I thought these beads were a really pretty addition to the signature and the colors here with the roses and the reds and the pinks. And just this sweet little close-up of Raggedy Ann's face with some vintage trims around it. And this is a Liberty of London fabric ruffle that I thought was just adorable with the colors on this page. Okay. And then here's a fabric flip with a cute little charm, and it kind of matches the flowers in the fabric. And there's some writing space underneath there. And I left this kind of hang over the edge, this little hemmed edge, so you can kind of see it from the side. Here is the other side of the paper bag that has a tea bag in it inside with some beads on the strings, and this adorable little embellishment that is a enamel Raggedy Andy pin, and it goes through to the back and closes the paper sack. I thought that was a fun addition there. And some avocado dyed paper. More of the story, and the story is as cute as can be. More of one of the digital papers. This is the other side of that handmade paper that my sister made. And I backed it with some more of the vintage Raggedy Ann wrapping paper, gift wrap. This page has a matching tag to the gift wrap, and then journaling on the back side. It has, and I made it in this paper bag here into a tuck spot. And inside is this adorable Raggedy Ann tag. And some more of this vintage fabric with another image. I used some public domain Raggedy Ann and Andy images, as well as some that I've had in my computer in my collection for years. Okay, this is between the two signatures. Here's a pocket and a couple of tags that I tied together with some of this vintage fabric. And here's a couple of charms that are just a couple of little kids. Thought these were pretty cute. This is one of my favorite scrapbook papers here that I've tended to hoard. We always have those few papers that we have trouble using, and for me, this little red floral has been one of them. I used a mix of brights and pastels in this journal, and I don't typically mix them, but it really seemed to work. Just gives the journal such a happy, carefree feel. Some more of the vintage gift wrap. This adorable dog who ends up being a pretty important part of the story. There's a cookie thief at large. This is a handmade envelope, and I closed it with a magnetic closure. And I was gonna glue it down, and I didn't have the heart to because it's so pretty. So it'll have some goodies tucked into it, some surprises. Right now it's empty, but I always tuck goodies in. And I'm just gonna leave it paper clipped to this page so that whoever receives this journal can do whatever they would like to do with this. You can attach it, make it a multi-way pocket with room inside. You can use it however you like, but I wanted to leave that option open. Okay, some journaling space, lots of journaling space, as you can see. There's a couple more. This is a photocopy of a tag that I made several years back, and I thought it was cute. I attached it to the back side of a flash card, and this is one of my red beet dyed index cards that I used my pizza pan with the holes in it to dye, and it gives it this fun polka dot effect. Okay. And this is a multi-way pocket, three-way pocket. I just filled it with tickets. And here I made a bit of a floating tag / pocket. It's a journaling card inside of a tag, or inside of a pocket on a journaling card, and another little tag here at the bottom. So just a few different fun things going on here. And it just tucks in this pocket here. And then here is another little journaling card that I made from a Project Life card as well. Those old Project Life cards really come in handy. I love to alter them. And a little ticket that says Finders Keepers. This is what the back side of that sewn paper actually looks like. And I used it here for the center of the signature, and I'm gonna give you a close-up of the beads. And this one dangles the bottom. Can you see those? I hope so. Okay. So there will always be beads. They dangle out the very bottom of the book, if you can see. Okay, put myself back in the frame. Don't know how that got there. A little surprise. Okay, so here is, believe it or not, Raggedy Ann cookies. They are rich in brown sugar flavor. This is an original recipe from an old C&H sugar. And I found this online. Isn't that fun? It's an oatmeal cookie with a lot of brown sugar is what I think it is, and maple flavoring. And then I also put another blank recipe card in there. And then this is another Liberty of London fabric ruffle. And this is a Girl Scout or American Girl grin pin. Remember those? Anybody had little girls? The little grin pins, and it's a little cookie, a little chocolate chip cookie. I thought that would be a fun thing to add to that. My daughter had a big collection of the grin pins and decided she didn't want them anymore, so I have them. They're hard to part with. Just cute little pins. Okay, whoops. I accidentally caught 2 pages there. So I just clipped these. They will tuck into this ruffle, but I also put this little clip in there just to keep them from falling out. And I liked the way it added the little bit of ribbon to the top of the book there. Oh, I did it the second time. Okay, so I attached it to the loose leaf, but there's 2 pages here. This is the other side of that Raggedy Ann and Andy digital, and then a piece of loose leaf. I'll do that off camera, fix that again. This is some sprinkle printed tissue paper that came in an order that I ordered something from Etsy while I was working on the journal, and I thought, oh, these sprinkles would be so cute with in this book because of the cookies. She's making cookies and there's cupcakes, so I just tore up some of that, tore off a piece of the tissue paper and used it. I love when things like that happen. Little serendipitous findings that go right into your journal that you're working on. Okay, we're getting to the end here. Here is some green ledger paper, vintage, and we are to the back. And here are another couple, or actually trio of tags, and I tied them together with this fun little ball chain and another little daisy charm. And they tuck right in here. And there's another one of the little teeny tags that match in this little pocket here. And then this is the very back cover, and I put this sweet note card in here that can be used for journaling, or you could use it to send to a friend or whatever. And this is it. So this will be added to it's probably already in there if you're seeing this video, Joyful Makes and Finds Etsy shop if it interests you. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see in future videos in addition to my journal flip-throughs. And just, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye now.